Oh, alright ladies and gentlemen, Connor Rhodes from slumsociety.co.uk and welcome back to another 10-minute tips, and today we are talking about dieting difficulties. And before we start, I'm not here to give you a list of excuses. This is not, these are all the reasons I can't do it, even the nutritionist said so. No. I'm here to help you understand a little bit of perspective, hopefully give you a little bit of confidence, give you a little bit of self-esteem back for some people, because some people literally think they are broken, or they think it's them, or their willpower, or there's something wrong with them, and other people can diet and lose weight, but I can't because there's something wrong with me. And this is not true. This is literally not true, but dieting is difficult. That is true, which is why it's not your fault if you struggle. It's not your fault. Everyone struggles, including me. Yes. Even the nutritionist, even I help people. I help people who've never managed to lose weight before, lose weight for the rest of their lives, and I still do not find it easy. I'm a normal person. I like takeaway, I like cake, I like drinking, I like all the normal things, I swear. I like all the normal things, and I have all the normal difficulties too. On this board, I've written 6 difficulties that you might come up against in your life, or in your health or fat loss or weight management pursuits. But there's going to be way more. Leave on comments, please, about difficulties that you've experienced that weren't these, or if you want to be super positive, comment about how you've overcome them, because I'm going to help you overcome some of these right here, right now, today, with 9 minutes 40 left to go. Here we go. Top 2. These are what I teach on my 6 Steps to Slim program, 2 of your biggest enemies that you will come up against in your actual fat loss process when you're actually trying to create the calorie deficit. These are two big bad boys that you need to watch for. Hunger and cravings. I will say they are very fixable problems. Like if you're on a diet and you're overly hungry, look, kind of you're doing it wrong. I mean, you're just doing it wrong. The diet's wrong. You just need to, that's not the right thing for you. It's going wrong, okay, if you're overly hungry. If you've got huge amounts of uncontrollable cravings, the diet's going wrong. It's going wrong, okay? Maybe it's not your fault, maybe your fault, you are following instruction. Maybe it's an S diet, like from my last video. Maybe it's an S diet. But still, these are 2 little monsters that will come rearing their ugly heads for you. Did you know, you should, that every day you diet in a row and that you have a calorie deficit in a row without taking a break, that hunger levels rise? For a whole host of different reasons, largely hormonal, but hunger levels rise throughout the diet. It's one of the dieting difficulties you've got to watch for. Cravings, feelings of restriction, perceived restriction, can rise and be exacerbated and increased by dieting, can't they? You already know this. Diet fatigue. I have a whole lecture in the 6 Steps to Slim about overcoming diet fatigue. Diet fatigue encompasses, as an umbrella term, hunger, cravings, and a lot more. It's also energy levels lowering while you diet. Also a real thing. It's also willpower struggle. It's also decision-making fatigue. It's also lack of enthusiasm. It's also loss of motivation. It's also exercise struggle and physical fatigue. It's also sleep management issues if it gets to a pretty extreme level with the diet fatigue. But this is one of your enemies. This is one of the things that needs to be watched for. This is one of the things that needs to be overcome. For some people, one of their dieting difficulties is their metabolism. Literally. Now wait, does your metabolism stop you losing weight? No, never. There are no humans where their metabolism stops them losing weight. That's not real. If there were any humans and they didn't eat food or much food and then they didn't lose weight, they'd live forever, wouldn't they? Floating through the ether, absorbing energy from somewhere. If that was true, why have they been eating ever before? What does the food do? Where does it go? What's it there for? Apparently nothing. Apparently they don't need it. Everyone, unfortunate as it may be, starves to death eventually. So your metabolism can never stop you losing weight. That's not a real thing. Do some people's metabolisms make them struggle more than other people? Yes, absolutely, definitely. A lot of these people come to see me. We have at least 20% of all of our female members have polycystic ovary syndrome. This is pretty much the slowest metabolism that a human can possibly have. Not for all ladies with polycystic ovary syndrome, not for all of them, but for some. It's the worst metabolic situation you can be in. We also coach people that have got T3 thyroid problems. We also coach people that have got diabetes. I coach some people that have got polycystic ovary syndrome and thyroid problems and diabetes. Some people have got it up against them. Life is not fair sometimes, I'm sure you've noticed, but life is not fair sometimes. Human bodies are also not fair. I am 5'9". I cannot dunk a basketball. If I want to, it's not really in the cards. Some people have got slow metabolisms. Like polycystic ovary syndrome, if you've got this, it's not your fault, you were born with it. It's a genetic thing. Can it be helped? Yes. Is it exacerbated by lifestyle, etc.? It can be. But you know, some people are just dealt different cards. You'll have your own unique abilities and you'll be better at some things in life than other people, definitely. Maybe just metabolism, being fast, is not one of your natural things. This can also be a hindrance for some people. For some people, it's priorities. And I don't mean you're not trying hard enough. You need to make it more of a priority. Well, okay, that is kind of what I mean. But what I really mean by this is that some people haven't made themselves or their food or their health a priority. Some people have spent all their time working or looking after the husband or looking after the children or the family, always giving their time to other people, even maybe volunteering their time to help less fortunate people. Maybe not prioritizing themselves. Maybe, I understand, if you're one of these people, you do have you on your list of things to do. You're just not 6th, you're 17th or 79th. I understand. Sometimes you haven't been your priority, and then making yourself a priority can be difficult. In time, in effort, in energy, in habit, in mentality. Sometimes you have to. Sometimes the doctor, if it gets to a point with your health where you've not been making yourself a priority, or you've not been caring about what you eat or looking after yourself for years or decades, sometimes it'll get to the point the doctor will say, look, won't they? And they'll say, look, you need to do something about this because this is causing problems now and they're only going to get worse. Sometimes you have to make yourself a priority. Sometimes even if you want to help others, because if you've got no time, energy, freedom, happiness, how are you supposed to be helping other people in life if you're going down? If you're a mum and you sink, the entire family is going down, yes or no? You need to be strong if you're wanting to help other people and bring them up. You need big shoulders. You need to get rid of your own baggage if you're looking to carry other people's, yes or no? So some people, they need to make themselves a priority. But and if you haven't been, I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I'm just saying it's a real thing. And it can be a difficult thing because some people, they need to change how they've been and what they've been prioritizing, you know, to be able to fit themselves in and put themselves a little bit higher up on the list, even just with a little bit of understanding that will then give them more to be able to give more back to other people. If they are more, if you have more, you can give more. But I understand it's not easy. And then 6th, life. A lot of people come to me and they can literally describe on a timeline certain years or decades or impacting life events that caused them to gain weight. Either it's family, friends, or relationships, or money, or it's just life. Some people say, oh yeah, I was slim until this thing happened, then I went into a negative spiral or a depressive cycle for about 6 months or so, and I wasn't even thinking about food. I didn't even care what I ate or anything like this, and I put on a stone, and then for the next period of time, year, 2, 5, 10, I'm losing a bit, gaining it back, losing a bit, gaining it back, and then another thing happens, boom, I get hit with this, boom. Someone's life just takes a hit. It's a real thing. Sometimes life's glorious and we're grateful. I'm going to swear, cover your children's ears, sometimes it's a bitch, isn't it? Isn't it, yes or no? Sometimes it's not easy. Sometimes it's life, and sometimes it kicks you. Sometimes it kicks you when you're down, doesn't it? And this will be something that you're going to experience, unfortunately, as it may be. Probably for all of us, we're going to have ups and we're going to have downs. That's part of the ebb and flow, and that's what makes it a good story. Try and keep that in mind when it's happening to you. Any good film you've seen with a good hero, what happens to the hero? Does it just all go perfectly from the start to the end, or do they overcome obstacles, and that makes it more exciting? Does overcoming the obstacles make the hero who they are? Answer that question for yourself. Would the hero have gotten to the end of the story and succeeded if it wasn't for the obstacles? Answer this for yourself. Then understand too how you can succeed. I've run out of time. I've told you about all the issues that you might experience and what to watch for, and I've not really got time to go through how we can help them. But hunger, there's so many things we can do with this. Food volume, protein intake, different meal timings and frequencies, and fasting protocols, and eating healthier and not as small calorie deficits and all kinds of things. And cravings, of course, you can eat the things that you want and still fit them into a fat loss diet. And there's also things we can do to reduce cravings. I've got entire lectures and I've done so many videos on reducing diet fatigue and metabolism. Even if you've got a slower metabolism, we can boost your metabolism. I'm not saying it's going to be easy, but we can do it. Can I get rid of all your other priorities? No. And just make it infinitely easy for you. And can I fix everything in your life? No. But can we do some things about some things and make it so that you can still succeed? Yes, we can. Yes, we can, and yes, you can. Thank you so much. ConnorRhodes from slumsociety.co.uk. I'll speak to you and I'll see you again soon.